Hello.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Yes, good. I'm very good, actually. Thank you very much. Yeah, all is
Oh,
good. I am watching social media carefully. I'm very interested in the latest controversy UTMB managed
yes,
to get themselves into again.
yes.
Um,
Seems that like they're very much at fault for this one as well.
um, I I have asked for a comment. Um, I'm just
From them.
curious. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
curious. I've always got an open mind. I'm always uh happy. There's two sides to every story. And yeah, I'm seeing a slating, but I'm just why?
yeah.
Uh
Maybe I'll let's. I'm going to play a devil's advocate for UTMB here, which is going to be very popular.
mm,
Maybe they'd always scheduled for these extra entries to go live on
mm,
that date, regardless of whatever was happening.
mm.
And the route changes just happened to have jumped in a few hours later when once that was finally confirmed, and the timing of which was purely coincidence.
Did yeah, what was announced first?
The entries, extra entries,
The
was
extra
announced first.
entries. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think regardless of entries and what your thoughts are on that, commercialization
Mm.
of it, etc., etc.,
Yeah.
etc. Um, from what I've seen, I would say it is a shame if you've entered a race, and let's face it, 90% of us trail runners, mountain runners, enter a race because of the route.
Yeah.
That's what we want to run. And if that route significantly changes, then I do think that's a shame and some questions need to be asked, because it's not what you
Yeah.
wanted, is it? I mean, I did it. You did it.
Yeah.
I
I've done it. Yeah.
I did it. I DNF'd at Capel Keurig halfway through. Um, I mean, we had the most amazing day, didn't we?
Yeah.
Certainly
Mm.
that first half going over the uh, I can never remember the name of these Welsh mountains.
Glitters, and then the
The
Carnids.
Glidders and
Yeah.
the what was it? The Carnids.
Oh, I call it the Carnids, but I think double
Carnids.
D is supposed to be a th, isn't it, in
Is
Welsh?
it? I
Carnets.
don't know. We'll have to
Yeah.
get Anna on for that. But yes, I mean, it was just stunning. Just
Yeah.
beautiful, very technical. Um, you've got to look where you're going. Some of those bits coming down off
Mm.
another unpronounceable penny something or other.
Penny pass.
Scary.
Yeah. All
No,
right. A
no,
penny
no.
helgy do. Penny helgy
That's
do.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that bit. That bit. I mean, everyone was on their bums,
Yeah.
inching down, but it was fun. That was part of the adventure.
Mm.
So if they're not doing that, I think that's a great shame.
Yeah. I mean, supposedly it's all permissions and national trust, and they're not allowed to go over with that many people. But
Was that
I mean,
before or after the extra runners, though?
I saw that in a WhatsApp group. I don't know whether that. I think
Oh,
that was
okay.
after as well. That was
Mm.
still after. Yeah. The timing of the entry release is the worst part for sure. Um, but I mean, yes, if I'd signed up to do that again, which I wasn't in any hurry to do because it scares me now. Um,
What?
it's not scary anymore.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. It's a shame, isn't it? It's a shame.
it is.
That it's an unfortunate set of circumstances, but I think it's fair for people to question. Do we know anyone who's entered it? And I'd love to know if anyone is listening has entered. How does this change your view of it? Will you
Yeah,
requesting a refund, or are you happy to go along with it anyway? I think, as Gary House rather amusingly put it, you get the view of if Earwidder
it would.
with the
It
sorry,
would.
I do apologise to the Welsh
Yeah.
people. Um, rather than going over it. I don't know. Uh, mm.
Yeah.
Let us
I mean,
know.
I know people who have since asked for a refund,
Mm,
and are very upset about the change.
mm.
Yeah, I mean, a smaller race company would be in dialogue with the entrants, wouldn't they, about the changes to the route? And
Yeah, I wonder, did they send an email out saying, look, dear runner, dear 100K runner, we
yeah,
have had to change the course this year because of X, Y, and Z. We're really sorry. Here's an option if you want to, get a refund, or otherwise, we hope to see you there. I
yeah,
wonder if was such an email sent out.
yeah. And it's just
Um,
the question of could they have ran the same route with the number of entrants they had last
Current,
year? And
yeah.
is it just the corporate greed of adding more entrants that
Mm,
means that that's one too many that
mm,
their permissions don't extend to anymore?
yeah,
And
yeah,
now it's a more boring route as a result, and
yeah.
commercialization and money grubbingness. Yeah, it doesn't look good.
Well, can I recommend our
Yeah,
sponsors who haven't changed their route? A
yeah,
very lovely race over in Switzerland by the wonderful Swiss Canyon Trail. So big thank you to them for supporting this podcast again. And yes, if you want to find out more, you can head over to Run Ultra and or join me because someone thought it was a good idea to ask me to go over and commentate on the race. So
yeah.
I would really love some company because I haven't got a clue what I'm doing.
You
But
got a great commentary voice, though.
uh, really?
Yeah, definitely. It's like news presenter worthy, I think.
This is the BBC.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Imo is here, and yes, I should introduce Imo Boddy. In fact, I think you should introduce Imo, Robin,
Okay,
seeing as
yeah,
she
that's
is
fine.
technically your guest. And hi, Imo.
Hello,
Hello.
Mo.
Sorry I'm late. I wanted to have a shower after my run. I don't know whether being red and sweaty was better or red and
Not at all. It's all natural. Oh, natural is fine by us. We're used to smelly runners.
We are, yeah, indeed. We used to be in them. Yeah.
used to
Yes.
be exactly. We're all in the same boat.
Yeah, well, welcome today, Imo Boddy, the amazing National Three Peaks runner, the Le Jog record holder.
Yeah.
We've got a star in our midst.
Yeah.
I'm very very excited to talk to you about your upcoming plans for this year. Should we? I kind of want to dive straight into Los Angeles to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Uh, so let's go
Yeah.
straight for it. What drew you to that race?
Um, what drew me to that race? I think a number of things. I put a lot of pressure on myself last year, performance-wise, and I will always love running, but the love of running definitely declined last year. So I kind of wanted to kind of like not to sound too cliche, but kind of return to kind of the core of why I run and like the adventure and the kind of everything that running brings. And one massive thing for me as well is kind of the community and bringing people together and the crew that I have and exploring places and Speed Project kind of came up, definitely wasn't in the plan. But I've never really explored America and I guess performance wise there's less of a pressure of it. It's more just like the experience.
Mm.
So yeah, I think that
It's
was
a
probably the
it's a
main
relay,
thing.
isn't it?
So
As
it
well.
is a relay or you can do it solo. I'm doing
Ah.
it.
Ah, okay. Oh, wow.
Um,
So
e-
that's how many miles?
it's about 300 miles.
Yeah.
It's about 500K. Um,
Oof.
so
How long did that take you? And oh gosh, okay, I've
I haven't done it
immediately.
yet.
It's coming up,
Yeah,
coming
it's
up.
Oh, it's
3 weeks.
coming up. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So hence why I'm sweaty. Well, was sweaty. I'm like in the training block, as you guys know, it's always full on. But yeah, I'm really, really excited. I'm excited for the adventure.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
Mm.
definitely. Gosh. Ooh, crude. supported? What car?
Crude, yeah. So, yeah, crude. I have got a similar crew to Three Peaks, albeit my parents aren't in the crew. My parents have been a big part of kind of my running career so far, but they're not coming to America.
Mm.
I've got Johnny, who was the physio for Three Peaks, who's returning to Speed Project. A girl called Poppy Collingwood, who's an incredible ultra runner.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, we know
Yeah,
Poppy. Yeah.
yeah, she is. She obviously not obviously, but she got injured in was it
Yes.
October, November now. So she can't go skiing, and she was like, "If you want crew for TSP, then I'm in." I was like,
Mhm.
"Hell yeah!" Um, your experience and fun is essential. So Poppy, and then I've also got Neve, who's a very good nutritionist, who I actually met when I did my 24-hour in Battersea. She crewed it, and then my boyfriend Tom, and a videographer. So you've got quite a big crew, but I love having a big crew. I think it's all part of it, to be honest, for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, you need the variety, don't you, on a long journey like that? People to sort
Exactly.
of tag each other in, like it's your turn to be Mr. like Mr. Positive.
Your turn to touch my feet.
Yeah.
So yeah, so got quite a big crew, but as I said, I think for me it's massively a part, like that's a big thing for me. So yeah.
Yeah. Are any of them gonna run any of the route with you?
Hopefully, yes. I plan on having them. I plan on having someone with me throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
We've got a bike for LA. We've actually done quite a lot of chatting to good old Holly Stables, who's been very helpful, who obviously did last year. And yeah, but I hope to have someone with me the whole time. I think particularly in parts in the kind of desert, you definitely want someone with you. Um, so,
Are
so
you
yeah.
gonna have you picked her brains about which route to take? Because obviously it's literally completely at your discretion. You just
Yeah.
have to get to the finish line. There's no checkpoints on the way or anything, is there?
It's a bit of a bonkers race, to be honest. I like had never really prior it wasn't initially kind of on my kind of like vision or my plan. It's like so it's very cool. I'm not very cool. I'm not a cool runner. I'm a like very like standard runner. The WhatsApp group makes me laugh. It's like very like it's very sort of everyone's like very zen and it's kind of like find your flow.
Yeah.
It's yeah, it's so yeah, in terms of the route, we have used a bit like we've spoken to Holly a bit about her route and then obviously kind of done our own kind of alterations and plans and but we are going for the shortest route. Because obviously
Right.
you can go for the OG route, which is kind of cheap, but I still like to get there as fast as possible and as quick as possible.
Yeah.
It's totally taking the pressure off. So we are going for the shortest route we can find.
Yeah. I remember when I looked at the route itself, I was like, it doesn't look like it needs to be 500K. And I like drew a line, but there's a great big mountain just like after Los Angeles. I was like, oh, there's a reason people go round at that point.
Yeah. To be fair, it's not quite 500K. We've broken it down into 10, well, 10 50K chunks, but it's kind of like 45K or 46K. So, and when you get tired, those I'd be like all those Ks really count, don't they? So it's not quite 500K. Well, it might be, but we don't plan for it to be.
But it hasn't been going that long, has it? So do you think the sort of shortest A to B route has still yet to be perfected? And then when it is, everyone will take that route.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, it's the relays obviously is the relays the kind of like the very is the kind of popular like iconic thing that people do. But yeah, I guess it probably still does. I mean, I'm sure we probably could have put I probably could have put a bit more planning into it. But I kind of like my previous challenges I've had a guy called Chris who's helped with logistics, and I've now got a new coach who's called Robbie, who's incredible, Robbie Britton. And he's a lot more kind of Robbie's incredible, but he's a lot more kind of like you do it and then I'll look over it. And I've learned so much with Robbie because I haven't been like not like in the best words possible, but like spoon fed it. Like I'm really learning and it's a lot more kind of hands-on, which I love. So in terms of the route, I probably could have been a little bit more precise, but I've done it. So we'll see. But that's all part of, I guess.
Oh, nice. I love that. I love the whole like mapping of a route. Like you
Mm,
get there
mm.
however you want and like look at what everybody else has done so far and like where you can tweak it.
Yeah.
That'd be my favorite bit, I think.
That's
I
my
think
worst bit. That's my worst bit. Rob
No,
was like,
no.
look at Google Maps here. I'm like, oh, I don't understand.
Okay, I think you've got one new crew member now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like Google Earth, like zooming in, like,
Yeah,
oh, does
yeah,
that
yeah.
crack look? Is that
That
any
would
good?
be.
I'm
And it's
so
such a
bad.
strange place as well. I mean, I don't know if you know the area, but I mean, how do you know what roads are legal and I don't
Yeah,
know.
well, you can't go on motorways, and you have kind of have the standard rules for like any kind of, well, I guess it's not an FKT, but for any FKT or kind of challenge or race. But yeah, it's going to be an adventure. It's going to be an adventure for sure.
Have you tried to sort of factor in sleep at all? Or are you just sort of leaving that very loose?
I think I'm going to leave it pretty loose, and see how it goes. Obviously for the 24 hour stuff, I actually did quite a lot of night running.
Mm.
So we'll see. And then I have done a lot of night running previously, but I mean, you just never know how you're gonna like how you're actually gonna like feel on the day. I think I'm quite specific of timings, and I love having a plan. But we're trying to slightly sway off the plan because you just don't like. It's kind of like a sake of putting
Mm.
one foot in front of the other and seeing
Yeah.
how you can go for it. Because you like when you've been practical about it. So yeah, we'll see.
Is it?
How far
Yeah.
away is it?
It starts on the 30th of March, so
Yeah,
we're
I thought
going
it was
out to
March.
Um,
LA in less than 2 weeks now. I actually got my dates completely wrong. It's such a secretive race that when I was looking at the like timetable, like for the race, they have a kind of a week's kind of like plan. I thought the race started on the Friday, so booked my flight and then was actually chat can't remember who I was chatting to, but I was like, yes, we're starting the Friday, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, it's Monday. I was like, cool. I've got an extra 3 days, extra 3 days in LA. But anyway,
as long as it's not the previous Monday.
yeah, exactly. So we've got a while in LA before, but it'd be nice to kind of prep and get a
Yeah.
jet.
Is it hot? I mean, are you going to need to do
It's
like
been
some
pretty
heat
hot,
training?
yeah. I've started a heat block. So I think it says between like 20, like around 25 degrees, but um,
Mm.
so not
Yeah,
too
so not
hot,
too
but
bad.
definitely warmer,
You
warmer.
don't go through Death Valley over there, do you?
No, we do.
You do.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
And it's only 25.
Yeah, apparently in March.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it
Well,
was Death Valley all year round.
unless there's a phantom heat rave. Um,
Okay.
but we'll see.
Fingers crossed for not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. Um, so
How long ago did you pick this race out of interest?
um not that long ago. I picked it in December.
Oh.
Um, so my kind of like a race, I guess, for the start of this year, well, start mid of this year was actually going to be is the Centurion 100 miler. Because I wanted to get back on the trails this for the start of this year anyway, and I wanted to do a competitive 100 miler, and I didn't want to do one that was too mountainous and too technical, particularly as I'm starting the year in England. And yeah, Centurion, I loved the 50K that I did last year. I loved how they ran it. I've actually just become a Centurion run coach. So that was kind of like my A goal. And then TSP came up and I was like, I can't say no. The opportunity, it's
Yeah.
too good to say no. So kind of went round in circles because it's not that much
Is it an
between.
invitational?
Yeah. So you have to like you get invited to apply and then you apply and then you get accepted
No.
or
Okay.
not accepted.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be a
So
bit mean to invite you to apply and then deny you.
yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't
You
think
were
about
just,
that. Yeah.
yeah,
I hope they accept you.
I think they probably already have. Do you know anyone else who's running it, or are we not allowed to know?
No, you're
Or
allowed to know, but I don't know. I mean, I'm in a WhatsApp group. I don't know. I actually don't know any of the people. I don't think there's many Brits. Well, in
no?
fact, there's not a single Brit that I recognize solo wise. So a lot of Americans. But
What's
yeah,
the proportion of solos versus the relay?
there's far more relays.
Mm.
I think there's only sort of like 30 or 40 solos. Um, so
Makes sense for 300 miles, really, that doesn't it?
It's quite niche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but
Yeah,
then, the longer races are becoming more popular, aren't they?
Mm.
definitely.
Um,
Definitely. Um, yeah, I think the it's so funny. I was on my run earlier and I was running and I was thinking, why do we do these like long distances? I'm like, you get so excited about it. And I was thinking about like Three Peaks was 2 years ago now, almost 2 years ago. And I was thinking there are so many dark holes that you delve into, and why do we do it? And like
Mm.
you get to these moments and you're like, but then you return to it and you do it again.
Mm.
But it is yeah, there's some yeah.
I think our brains are designed to forget pain.
Yeah, well, yeah, completely, completely.
For women especially, because we would never have more than one child if
Yeah,
that was the case.
yeah. It's,
Um, I
but
think there is. I'm sure I read somewhere that there
no,
is a
there
sort
is,
of
there
thing.
is,
Yeah,
there is science behind it. But like, I think just from like thinking about it in a kind of like basic terms, it's like, why do we do
but
it?
we know, even if it's in
Exactly,
theory, we know it's going to hurt.
completely.
Uh,
Um, anyway,
going
Yeah.
back to your sort of loose sleep strategy, um, I'm interested in that. What was your, did you have a strategy when you did the Three Peaks? And yeah, did you have a strategy for the Three Peaks?
for the first couple of days, yes. There was like the for the first day, there was kind of like a quite logistical situation that we had to get over, which was basically the I'm gonna say it wrong now. It feels like so long ago, I've forgotten which road it was. The A2 maybe that goes around Loch Lomond. Anyway, the main road that goes around the A82 that goes around Loch Lomond is a very busy road, particularly kind of April onwards. So they're just the kind of for safety purposes, we had to wake up very early in order to get round Lot Lomond. So the first day, I think I finished at like 10 o'clock and then I had sort of an hour or 2 hours sleep. And then we went again to make sure that we could get around Lot Lomond before it got busy and before people woke up. But after that, I think in terms of a sleep cycle, so in terms of a sleeping plan, I
Mm.
try to stick to a sleep cycle. So obviously you have your sleep cycles, whether you want to do a full sleep cycle or break up your sleep cycle, but making sure that you don't get too much deep sleep and then wake up groggy. Um, but yeah, I think in terms of TSP as well, we'll kind of have a slimmer kind of plan in terms of whether I want a full sleep cycle or to not have a
When
full
you
sleep cycle.
say a full, are these naps, or are these like 10-minute naps, or are these like 2 hour sleeps?
So I'm going to get the facts not right, so I'm not going to say it properly. You have your sleep cycle, so whether you have REM, deep, light sleep, all in one. So
Okay.
you want to basically make sure that you can either have the full sleep cycle or you could wake up like ideally you want to wake up when you're sleeping lightly
Mm.
because you don't wake up feeling groggy. I don't know, do you ever wake up? I find if I wake up at the wrong time, if I have a nap and I wake up at the wrong time, I wake up feeling so groggy and then I wake up really hungry and I really
Mm.
crave like I literally feel like I could eat the fridge. Um, so that's when you've woken up when
I
you've
do
been
that
deep.
most days, to be honest.
But obviously if you have a light sleep, you have those effects so much. So yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Gosh, I mean that makes it very yeah, scientific, doesn't it? Um,
definitely.
Was
how do
oh no, go on, Kate.
no, I was just like, how do you know?
Yeah, how do you know? I guess you just know when you wake up, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then it's too late. Then you're
Yeah.
groggy.
You can go back to sleep,
Well,
hopefully.
there's timing,
Okay.
there's different time blocks. As I said, I'm not going to delve into it because I'm not sure the complete specifics
Yeah.
off by heart, and I don't want to be outed by anyone on the
Yeah.
podcast. But there are definite specifics,
Mm,
um, which like particularly if I'm going to go into long race, I will have written down logistically and planned out. Um,
yeah.
or
Nice. What was the Ultra Mediterranean like? That I noticed they shortened the race, didn't they? It was 55K, but then it ended up being what, about marathon?
Yeah, amazing. Such a fun race. Such a fun race. So the race I did was a 3 day. a 3 day race. Well, supposed to be a 3 day race. The first day was something I've never done before. Such a fun way of racing. It was a time trial. So we all started off as a group. I think we were groups of sort of 6 to 8. You ran down as a group to the bottom of the hill, and then it started off. I think we had 30 seconds in between starts. And then it was obviously the timed bit was from the bottom of the hill to the summit.
Mm.
And then it was untimed coming down. And then again, when you got to the bottom, it was then timed from the bottom to the finish. So there are only two timed bits within the, I think the race was total distance was like 14K and the elevation was like 500 meters. So not, but like it was really, really fun. Kind of felt like like old school like fell running, but it was a time trial. So
That's so unique. Well,
oh,
so
it's
like
so cool.
two separate sort of 7K uh
Yeah,
uphill races. Was that and that were you was that just part of your score for that day?
yeah. So you only were scored over your timed bits. So it was weird because you could like bimble down the hill as slowly as you want. I mean, you still kind of go down at relative pace, but like you could bimble down.
So sorry, tell me what race is this? And
Called the Ultra Mediterranean. It's in between Alicante and Valencia, um, in the mountains. Um,
okay.
so there's those different races, but I did the 3 day one. More of kind of like a plan for a training camp, but also a race. And then day two was a 50K, well, it's supposed to be a 50K, and really, really fun. As my first elite start line, which is really cool. And the race got neutralized at 40K, which was kind of mental. I've never had a race neutralized before.
Neutralized.
Yeah. I ran for the checkpoint and the race was very Spanish. And I ran for the checkpoint and they were race is over. And I honestly thought they were joking because I was like, I've done all the climbing here. All I had to do was do like the final 10K, not even 10K to finish.
Oh,
Uh,
no.
but yeah, we then got put in coaches back. But it was very windy. So the safety of the runners obviously was essential, but it was a massive shame.
Yeah.
Um
It sounds like you were kind of past the dangerous bit at that point.
exactly. But then I guess obviously a lot of the other runners weren't. So there was actually one guy, we then got a coach back from the final checkpoint, and there was one man on my coach, bless him, and he was doing the 100 miler. So he had 10K to go over 100 miles.
Oh, no.
I know, did 150K. I was thinking, oh, I
That's
know,
cool.
isn't it? Isn't it? Um, but
God,
yeah,
that's got to be worse than any DNS, DNF.
I know.
Yeah.
But it was an amazing, really, really good race. Really, really fun. I actually ended up winning overall with the cumulative this like race that we did do. So that was a win. That was a bonus. And yeah, it was a really good race, but just a shame that it was cancelled.
That
Um,
sounds fun. What was on day three?
Day three would have been like a 25K. Um, and we actually went up on the Sunday because I wanted to like finish off kind of do the 3 days. And it was very windy.
Mhm.
So I can see why they can see why they cancelled it. But it was 25K, quite steep, quite fast.
Mhm.
But yeah, really, really fun.
Ah, cool. Yeah,
Do
that
you
sounds great.
like going up or down? Which is your favorite?
Far better at going up. I think it's just at the moment I'm based in London, so getting on a treadmill and just like hiking or going on the stepper is obviously far easier than finding kind of technical downhills.
Mm.
Um, but I'm working on it, and I'm actually spending some time in the mountains in summer. So, um, yeah, time to work
Uh,
on this.
it's yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, just practicing downhills is so difficult, especially if you live somewhere flat. I remember when I went to the running show in January, Tom Evans talked about how he'd managed to pivot his treadmill so that it was angling down, so that he could practice running downhill on
That
on his.
sounds safe.
It sounds crazy. I don't know how he managed to do it.
Yeah,
I've
it is.
got.
So I think I went to go stay with Robbie, my coach, last week, and we did a good run out in the hills. And like yesterday I did a 5 hour run and my legs are absolutely fine, but it was completely flat. And I ran with Robbie and obviously far hillier, and that was fine going up, but coming down, we also ran down at quite a pace, and my leg was so battered the next day. It's just you need to be in it to be able to train it. You can't compare.
Yeah,
Thank-
100%.
Thankfully, it's not really. What's the elevation like for LA 12B?
It's like 5,000 meters, so it's not that hilly.
Uh,
Um,
over 300 miles.
No,
Yeah, it's not
no.
too bad, that is it? No. Okay, well, that's all right then. We don't have to worry about that
no,
then.
we haven't got that issue for that one anyway. But
So, how did you become a Centurion like running coach? Did was Robbie quite heavily involved in that process, or like?
Bobby's the head of endurance at Centurion, and as I kind of mentioned at the start, I put a lot of pressure on myself last year. I think um, from Three Peaks, kind of like very much unplanned. The kind of the FKT got a lot of exposure, and something that I kind of didn't expect to get or didn't really know how to handle. Um,
Mm.
so I guess I was very lucky with that. Kind of came sponsors and like different like benefits, you could call it. But yeah, a lot of pressure. So I kind of I wanted to kind of I've been run coaching now for about 4 years. And I kind of stopped taking on so many clients and athletes kind of when I kind of picked up sponsors just because I kind of had, I guess priorities could have been like were allowed to be in different places. And I kind of decided like I'm very lucky that I've still got sponsors, but I kind of wanted to put less emphasis on sponsors and kind of less kind of like I guess less pressure and kind of need to have sponsors. And I'd rather kind of I love doing talks, I love going to schools, and I love kind of going to like share my story and share kind of do all those kind of things, and I love coaching. Yeah, Robbie asked me if I'd be interested in joining the team, and um they've also got like some really great like kind of coaching in place for coaches, so like great it's like a great like
Yeah.
way to learn as well and kind of enhance my skills as a coach. And um yeah, so it kind of went from there, but I've been wanting to take on some more runners for a while and kind of hadn't done it because I kind of hadn't had time, but also was kind of waiting for next steps as to kind of um how to go about like kind of how to go about it and how to onboard and who to onboard. So yeah, I'm really excited, but yeah, kind of Robbie kind of was the kind of main input.
Yeah, when you say who to onboard, that was my next question. Like, who do you like coaching most? Like, what sort of distance? What sort of person?
Um, I think I I've coached like a massive array of people. I think um when I first started coaching, it was kind of just like more the kind of like general kind of runners, kind of whether you were doing your first marathon or first ultra.
Mhm.
But kind of as of lately, I've taken on a lot more runners who are training for big things, big races, big challenges, big long efforts. I think my expertise and kind of yeah, is in the longer stuff. So a lot of my runners now are training for the longer stuff. Because I guess it's kind of where I have got most experience. But yeah, massive mix. Massive mix.
Yeah.
Like rather kind of what's the word? Biasly, I love coaching females. I do coach obviously males, but I just love coaching females. I think um there's something quite cool about females doing badass things. But
Yeah.
I obviously coach men as well.
Do you think the sort of the popularity of ultras, traditionally it was older people that ran them, and that age sort of bracket is dropping more and more. Do you think you sort of being young is sort of quite inspiring, and you're sort of people are starting to feed in much earlier now into ultra running?
Yeah, definitely. I think I'd like to think and hope that like I've had an input, a small input in that, particularly in the UK. I'd like to think also though that I'm a kind of advocate of hopefully doing things in the right way. I think a lot of people are jumping into ultras, like which is amazing to see what they're capable of, and training harder and harder and performing better and better. But at the end of the day, ultras are like extreme. So I think I look at like I'm very lucky to have a good support network around me, and I think people, if you are going to do it, I mean, you guys, you both know. I think like it's important to kind of be an advocate in your space and kind of whatever in the capacity you can be, because you do need to look after your body, you do need to fuel, and you need to sleep, and you do need to, I know
Mm.
people bang on about it, but it is so important because it's,
Yeah.
and it's extreme.
It's super important, and especially like with the influence that you have as well, it's so good that you're like steering people in the right direction because with the arc especially, there's so many DNFs to that race, and I think it was a lot of people who just sort of jumped straight into it. There were like quite a lot of like just like influencers and like heavy like social media people who were like trying that as their like first 50 mile, which was or I don't know, there might have been a couple who were doing it as a 100 mile, but you could see that, or I
Mm.
heard quite a lot that didn't have the right kit for the race and didn't have the right level of nutrition, hadn't practiced it properly. And yeah, it's really great that there's someone like you out there, like just making people aware that you can't take these events lightly because, as you say, they're extreme, and especially that one's very extreme.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not easy.
Completely. I think I remember this is a kind of like different example, but when I used to do a lot of training camps on, I mean, I don't live in the I went to school in the lakes, but I don't live in the lakes anymore. And I remember like whenever I've done training camps in the lakes or been to the lakes, there's so many people, or like even in like Mount Wales, for example, that you when like in like bad weather and you're going up and there's some people there that are so unequipped. And I know this is kind of like people do talk about this the whole time, but it is kind of crazy how like the weather and the kind of extremities of like hiking even or walking or running or these long distances, like I think yeah, I think people are normalizing them, but you have like you do need to, you need to be careful, you need to be savvy, you need to be on it. Um
Do,
yeah.
do you think again that's maybe a result of younger people doing it, whereas some older people just have that life experience and have probably been around the mountains and done stuff, so they know to take a waterproof or whatever.
Yeah.
Whereas the younger generation, it's all a huge learning curve.
Yeah, I think definitely. I think and also like I know like again with ultras, you get better as you get older and you from whether it's experience or whatever, there's so many like kind of factors as to why you do. But people are getting into it younger and then yeah, but I
Mm. There
think
must be, what's that sweet spot? There's got to be a sweet spot between being young enough to have the strength and the vitality, but old enough to have that sort of
yeah,
experience and
I know it's
mental
funny.
mindset.
I was actually I like love sharing my life on social media, and I did a post yesterday about like until so I'm 26 now, genuinely until 20 like until 2 years ago, I didn't have a fear in the world. Like I'd do these challenges, I'd do these races, and I wouldn't even question myself on the start line. I'd just show up and I'd like even if I didn't perform, like I showed up and like that was the best, that was like what I'd be proud about. And in the past 2 years, I think there's obviously a number of factors. I said, I think pressure's been a big thing that I've done put on myself, but like I've always been so determined and it's never been a factor.
Mm.
Um, but I think, yeah, I'm not as naive now. Like I think I used to, I remember talking to Claire, actually, Heaveside,
Yeah.
from on a podcast I went on with her, and we were talking about naivety. And I was like, I think I just used to be, again, like I was younger, so I was naive to the pain, or naive to kind of people's opinions, or naive to the weather, or naive to, and I think sometimes naivety is like it's a benefit. So like,
Mm.
you don't know what to expect, and whereas now you go into these big races or whatever it may be, and you're like, I know, and as much as you can try and, you do forget about the pain or forget whatever, you have whatever coming, or you have. So I think young is a strength in that sense,
Yes.
but I guess also
I
not.
agree. I agree. because you have that trepidation that can maybe just take the edge off
Yeah,
when
totally.
you know what's coming and you know it's going to hurt, and yeah, you maybe proceed with more caution than you would do otherwise.
Yeah, I like that, like the naivety aspect. Like it can shelter you in a way, can't it? That
Mm.
just that you can go out and be bold, and as long as it's not too dangerous what you're doing, then it can be a massive benefit. Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
completely.
Ignorance is bliss. I've always said that.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
even like even I guess even Robin, you did it your 24 hour, like you smashed the 24 hour, but you didn't know what to expect. And I think
no,
most, hopefully, I don't know what your plan, well, I don't know what your plan, we'll have to ask what your plans are, but if you're going to know the 24 hour, it's almost like it obviously you've got it's a benefit because you know what went wrong and you know what to improve on, but also you haven't got that naivety of, you know, like
yeah,
not what to expect. So
yeah,
it's like the catch-22 of
It is, isn't
completely.
it? If you
yeah.
start thinking, oh, I remember I felt really rubbish at hour 11, then you almost manifest it onto yourself because you're anticipating feeling really rubbish at hour 11. Um, for instance, yes, Robin, come
Our
on, you need to tell
What are your
us
plans?
your
Yeah.
24-hour week
our
domination.
11 was pretty rubbish actually.
Was it?
There we go.
Yeah, I mean, my whole sort of 2026 angle is to get faster, to do another 24 hour, to hopefully be able to hold a quicker pace to run further, and to maybe possibly qualify for Team GB. So,
I
I
think
mean,
that's such a great goal to have and
yeah.
completely achievable.
Have you signed up to a 24 hour?
No, and that's part of my issue is that there's just not one because I think to qualify it has to be before April next year, and there's not. I want as much time to get as fit as possible, but there isn't really one. But there's not really one outside of the Battersea one in September.
Would you do
That
better again?
it's too soon.
What?
I need longer to run further. I think.
We've got 6 months.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
not
got
enough.
time.
It's not enough.
The UK is the British champs.
Yeah, is it?
Mm.
Uh, I don't know. Well, I'm already signed up to a marathon in hopes that like of that month, which I could scratch off. I don't know. Maybe I need to talk to my wife.
Not for the podcast.
No, no, not for the podcast. Yeah, I mean, but ideally there'd have been one like a month before the end of qualification, so I'd have had like X amount of time to be ready for it, to give myself every chance. And if I didn't end up running the qualifying distance, that's fine. But I would like to improve certainly.
Does it have to be in the UK? Can you do it
No,
abroad?
but to get the permission to go abroad as well, I'm never swinging that.
Oh.
Have you got any plans to go back to it at any point, Imo, or have you shelved that for now?
Yeah, I'll definitely get back to it. I will never be defeated by something. Yeah, I will definitely get back to it. I think um when I don't know.
Mm,
Um I think I'm saying this vocally now, it's probably not the right thing to say, but I think if I go back to it, I will go back to it just kind of like not secretly, but just for myself. Like I think I'll just
yeah,
go back, have my like I think ultimately I kind of do shout about my kind of goals and visions,
yeah,
plans on kind of social media. Like it's all part of kind of the story that I kind of journey that I share. But I think if I go back to it, I just go quietly, do my thing, and just like
mm,
not that I never obviously always just do it for myself, but just do it for me and kind of whether I close it or open it, depending how I kind of do. But I think I'll definitely go back to it just to kind of
What
yeah,
you said you were defeated. What was the defeat?
I started twice. I started 24 hours last year. I after Three Peaks, it was kind of what next, and a lot of people told me I'd be good at it, and I thought I'd be good at it. And I wanted to qualify for Team GB, which the world champs were last year. And started one in April, and I think I guess that one was more kind of, I had a great crew, but I think it was just kind of the naivety went the wrong way.
Okay.
And I think there were a few things that I kind of massively overthought. Like there was a kind of a blurred line as to whether you could wear headphones at the British champs. And because I was sharing my journey, and I was like, I can't wear headphones because if there's a blurred line, I was like, oh, I don't want to be on the wrong side of the blurred line. I won't wear headphones. Or I think there's just a few things I just, yeah, overthought and panicked, and yeah.
That makes a massive difference, not being able to have headphones. Like,
Yeah,
it's like a
Mm.
huge part. People like save it, don't they? It's like they're saving grace for the second half, and or even like a bit sooner. Like,
completely. And then my second 24 hours started at Battersea, where Robin was too. And I think though I wasn't very well halfway through. And I think I don't know if I did too much that year. Um, I think it was just like, I think I've done a lot of running up until the age of 26, and I think to us last year was a year my body's saying no, which I think was probably fair enough. It was about time. I think
Mm.
it needed to say no, and it allowed me to take a bit of a step back and kind of hopefully come back stronger. But yeah, it did sting, it did hurt, and I think I guess yeah, when you got obviously when you got big goals and you want to do well, it does hurt. But
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah,
Well,
I'm
that's
not
the
done yet. I will go back at some point, but yeah, just
And you
finding
have time. That's the
exactly,
joy of being so young in a way, I think. Yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
I think it's in a world of instant. Like I think we're in a very instant world, aren't we? We all want instant
Mm.
results, instant
Mm.
success, and but yeah,
I'm going to cling to Michael Stock's story of qualifying at 49 years old. It's, so
Yeah.
completely,
there's
yeah,
like time.
completely. I think you kind of like you not you have to, but like there's so much like faith and success out there, and like so many different like time like stages and times of people's lives. I think we kind
Mm.
of have to remember that rather than think so instantly, which I'm definitely getting better at, but as I said, it's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, there's other ways for you to like dip your toe back into it, I suppose. Like because Centauri do the track, I think they're doing the track 100 again next year.
That's an invitational, isn't it?
Is it?
Mm.
Damn
All
it.
these invites.
Or you could do like a 6 hour or a 12 hour, but I suppose that would be a bit weird to only be on the track for like half or a
Yeah.
quarter of the time if you weren't like proper building up to it.
There was Barry 40 mile. That was last weekend or the weekend before. That's a really I've heard good things about that one. It's only 40 miles, but it's obviously fast and around the track, which is fun.
That's really interesting. Yeah, only 40 miles. I do
Yeah.
say, but yeah, just round the track. That
Yeah.
must be only a few people on that as well.
Yeah, I think it's again quite the niche 24
Mm,
hour like people that kind of all track
yeah,
runners do it, but and you have to go to Barry. But I'd like to go to Barry. It brings you back to Gavin and Stacey. Stacey
exactly.
memories.
I was going
Yeah,
to say, where's Barry?
yeah. Near Cardiff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. You have to watch
Where
Gavin and
where do
Stacey.
you go in your head, Imo, when you do such things? If you're doing like those long stretches on the track or on the road, say, what how do you keep yourself sane?
Um, I don't know really. I don't really think about much. I think I'm quite like I don't really think. Like I think I just kind of go
Just get
into a
into a rhythm and
yeah.
yeah.
I think yeah, I don't really think about much. Sometimes I'm not a particularly like big music person. I love a podcast, but not particularly music. Um, but if I need like a pick me up song, I will put some music on or but I don't really think I kind of just get into a bit of a flow state.
Mm.
If I'm like in a dark hole, I'll be like, okay, at the next checkpoint, I can't wait for my Calippo or I can't wait for, whatever. But
Is that the
yeah, I
same
don't
for you, Robin?
think what, yeah.
Mixture of music and podcasts, I think. I quite rarely don't have something playing through my ears, which I know is sort of offensive almost to the OGs of the running world, where
The
we out there
purists.
enjoying nature, like I'm taking the mick out of the Peak District by not listening to every gust of wind. But yeah, no, I like listening to stuff, or if I'm not running with someone else, obviously.
Yeah, I listened to did a lot of podcasts yesterday on my run, but yeah, I guess it kind of depends, but I'm quite like a neutral thinker. If I'm struggling, I'm like, come on, Imo, shout at yourself.
When you on for the speed project, and you said you're hoping that someone will be with you throughout the distance, will you be chatting, or will you want them to kind of let you get into that flow state and just run
No,
next to
I'll
you?
be chatting. I'll be chatting. I think hopefully the good thing about the crew I have, I know a lot of them very well, and if I don't know them that well, then like, they're all kind of very good runners themselves and know the space very well. I think
Mm.
if you understand running and ultra running, then you know how to read the room. You know how to kind of, if someone's struggling, you think, okay, let's hold back, won't talk, or I'll talk at them, or
Mm.
so. Yeah, but I think the thing that I'm so looking forward to about from LA to Vegas is just like is the adventure and is just kind of it's a completely new experience. And ultimately there'll be some incredibly dark times, then hard times and holes I get into. But all in all, like I think even like small things like getting to a gas station or burger station and having a big greasy burger mid-run, like I don't know, I've never done that before. So I think it's just like thinking about moments like that will help.
I bet
Yeah,
that's
because people,
amazing.
yeah, people go on like these big sort of American road trips and stuff. I suppose like you just get to go and run it and do one that way instead.
Literally, but yeah, and like having some fries and a greasy hash brown.
I'm sure that's got to be heaven
Yeah.
during the run. I mean, you just all those carbs. I mean, what is your nutrition like generally?
I eat so much, I think probably as all runners do. I'm not particularly strict on what I eat. I just try and eat a lot. But
And
yeah.
during your runs, what do you like? What fuels you?
Usually just like gels and chews, depending on, I mean, the longer yesterday I got to 5 hours and I was like, I could actually have something more solid now. So if I'd gone longer, I would have, but usually if it's anything out to kind of 5 hours, I'll just stick with, gels and chews, um,
Okay. Wow.
Lucozade, Camfastics,
Yeah,
J-Top,
nice place
um,
that.
yeah,
Is that it? Really? Gosh.
yeah. Just usually lots of sugary carbs up until like 5 hours, and anything longer then I need to have something different, more
And does that
substantial.
go down okay? Do you struggle with solid
Yeah, I
food?
think obviously the longer you go as well, your kind of work rate is, well, I guess ultimately higher and the more fatigued you get, but like ultimately it's less, like you're slowing down. So you are then able to take on more solid stuff. Um But I mean, cravings are wild, aren't they? They just flavor fatigue literally hits, and you're like, I need this now, I need that now,
Mm.
or I'm craving this, or um. So I've
What's
a lot of ginger. If I have sickness or I have any form of sickness, like gingers, like little like chewy Amazon, like I get them from Amazon. They really help, and they kind of like cleanse the palate, and we go again.
I've
Um,
never had that, but I hear it from so many people that it really helps reset you.
yeah, it's so good, so
Ginger, yeah.
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 My
Um,
mother always used to give it to me as a child if I was feeling sick.
if you're ill, yeah, exactly.
It was instantly have ginger.
Yeah.
I was lucky it
Yeah.
was a ginger night. If I wasn't, it was gnaw on a raw bit of ginger.
Well, it's true, isn't it? I think you kind of go back to kind of like those kind of like rooted like medicate medicines based like
Old
they
wives' tales. I mean,
exactly
they're there for a reason, aren't they?
completely. So yeah, ginger. Oh, I love a soft mint as well. A mint if I need a bit of a freshen up.
Mm.
What's your go-to gel? Who's your favorite gel provider?
Precision hydration at the moment. I think they're so plain, which I really like. I think sometimes brands can like overcomplicate the flavor of the gel.
Yeah.
But it's just like a simple original gel.
Mm.
Um, it's what I'm liking at the moment.
Yeah, those 90-gram ones are very popular, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. And their chews as well, delicious. Like two in a pack, really easy to get down, and I think they're 30 grams. They're not that high in carbs, but
Yeah. I think it was at Southdown when I was pacing Claire for the South Downs Way 100. They had precision fuel and hydration
yeah, they
tubes.
do.
Yeah, just in the
Mm.
aid station. I was like, oh, great. I've never tried one before. Nice. Grab it.
That was my time to trial
Yeah,
trial my fueling strategy.
exactly. It was perfect. I had a great day.
Yeah, the Centurion checkpoints are amazing.
Yeah, yeah. I was very impressed. I'll definitely do that race one day for sure.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'm excited. I think it's going to be very competitive. I know that Sarah Epps is going to it.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah,
Sarah Webster.
yeah.
Yes, that would be interesting. It'd be
yeah.
great to see what she could, as long as she doesn't get lost, she said.
It's quite
Well,
well
she could have a
flagged.
pacer, although I'm not sure if anyone will be able to pace her, but
No.
she could have a pacer.
Oh
Um,
God. Imagine trying to pace her for the last 50 miles of
I know
that. No
exactly.
thanks.
Yeah. No, I'm really looking forward to it. I think there's some really lovely runners as well, and I think the like more immersed I'm getting in the kind of running space, like you meet more and more nice faces and people on start lines and stuff, don't you? So I
Speaking of like new faces, how do you find TikTok for sort of running and new people? What's it like?
Oh, I don't really understand TikTok, I must say. I kind of repost my Instagrams from Instagram to TikTok, but that's all I do. In terms of faces, I don't know, I think it's a funny Instagram social media now. It's a like a interesting space, isn't it? I think everyone's kind of got their views and opinions. I think if I'm being totally honest, I think I've tried to kind of not step away because but just kind of stay in my lane and hang out with who I want to and
Yeah.
kind of be
Mm.
hang out with and not who I don't want to hang out with. I think it can be very transactional, I think, as what I've realized. Um,
Mm.
when I first started doing social media, I was a personal trainer and I used my account purely just to like promote my clients and promote kind of successes from them and my business and then it kind of transitioned from personal training account to sharing more of my running journey alongside being a personal trainer. And then I guess now it's become more of just a pure kind of running diary. So I've kind of gone through I've always been based in London as well. So I've kind of gone through the kind of London fitness scene to the London running scene to the kind of London like whatever scene. But I think I do find it quite transactional, I must say. And I think I don't always find, well, in fact, I never find running creators particularly relatable. Like I
Mm.
particularly
No.
if you're kind of just running for, which is amazing, running for fun, but like I don't find it particularly. I'm like, if you're then in this like, yeah, I think I don't find running influencers that relatable. If I'm being totally honest, I guess I'm in between kind of an influencer and an athlete.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I just try and immerse myself around who like I take inspiration from and people who make me happy and like I think it's a
Mm.
funny space though now. Yeah,
I
it's
think
definitely
I think you have to be selfish on social media. You have to do what you want to do. As you say, I like the way you say you stay in your lane. You're doing what you're good at, and you're choosing to share it, um, without care of who sees it or who benefits or what the numbers are. You're doing it for your reasons. And I think the sort of influencers, they're only doing it to
Mm.
to gain something from it. And I think
complete
that's where it all goes wrong.
completely. I think and you also like I guess you have to be quite thick-skinned. I'm not particularly thick-skinned, and I've probably done the wrong thing in the past of kind of going on Reddit or going on whatever Tattle Life, whatever it's called, and seeing comments about like, people's opinions about me or whatever. But I think you kind of just have to like, I think a good influencer is like, well, probably not a good influencer, but a successful influencer is thick-skinned, doesn't really care.
Mhm.
Um, but I think I probably care too much. Um, but yeah, I think there's always going to be opinions out there as well, isn't it, about anyone and whatever you're sharing. But
Mm.
I think,
Don't go looking for it.
yeah, exactly,
As you
definitely,
say, follow the people you love and you like and you know
exactly,
and you respect and stick to
completely,
that.
I had
completely.
like one comment once that was like negative, and I deleted it straight away. And Jen, my wife, was just like, "No, don't delete it. You could have hidden it instead." I was like, "Ah, but I didn't like it."
Yeah, but you know what? That's your, if it was on
Yeah,
your post,
yeah,
yeah, I
Yeah.
think you should do what you want to do. And if you don't want a negative comment, then
yeah,
yeah, wipe them out.
I use it for ammo. There's a race that I really wanted to do. And I don't think they have an official elite start line. However, I messaged and I sort of gave my pitch because I really, really wanted to do this race. And they applied to me and they said, unfortunately, you're not good enough. And I have screenshot this email and it's in an album. This sounds quite toxic, but it's not. It's in an album on my phone. And I genuinely use it as like ammo. And I'm like, the day that I do get on the elite start line that race, I'm gonna be like two fingers really
yeah.
good at it. So I think, yeah, use it as ammo. That's what
Oh,
I do
was
for
it quite a big race, a famous race?
it is quite a big race. It's not like a UTMB, but it is quite a big race.
Yeah. Oh, I
Um,
hope you stick your fingers up
yeah,
or don't go
exactly.
at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, not
It's
at all. But I think, yeah, you kind of, I think yeah, I think in some ways it's a funny, it's an interesting space now. And I think, but I also think I don't consume what you want to consume.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, I wondered whether if you ever got to like the end of a day or two and you'd not posted, whether you put any pressure on yourself to put something out there on that,
Oh
really.
no, no, I'm probably not consistent enough with social media. But then some days I'm like, all I've done is go for a run and program my runners and sit at my
Yeah,
desk like I'm like a normal person. Like isn't like I'm not at the level of an elite athlete that is full on sponsored and all they do is run, sleep, eat, repeat, nap, whatever. Um, but I'm also in a fortunate position that I haven't got a nine, like I'm not quite in the 9 to 5 position. So, some days I am just very much like a, I
yeah,
mean, I haven't always got things to share.
yeah. How
Um,
what's it like working with Solomon?
yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
Um, it's yeah, it's good. I'd say my biggest thing for Solomon is they kind of believed me when no one else believed in me when no one else did when I did three peaks, and I'm
yeah,
very grateful for that. Um, but yeah, it's good.
yeah, good. And you had that there's an active what was like active something I can't remember what they're called.
Amazfit, my watch sponsor.
Maze Fit, that's it.
Oh,
Yeah.
they are amazing. They are so amazing. Amazing. Um, amazing.
Wait,
Um,
what's this? I don't know this watch. A Maze
They're called
Fit.
Amazfit. Yeah, they are pretty big in the US. Roof Croft sponsored by them. That's a big selling point.
Yeah.
But I think not only their tech is great. I think obviously there's a lot of competition kind of out there of tech now. I really love their watches. Um, but I also think alongside their watches is they're a really, really supportive um brand.
Mm,
Um, and they're really excited about things. And I'm doing a run club tomorrow, actually. I'm in York at the moment at my parents' house, and they're coming down. They're bringing their watches. They're putting some money behind the cafe to buy croissants and coffees, and they're so excited about kind of engaging community. And I think a lot of brands nowadays. I mean, I haven't been working with brands for that long, but
mm,
experience, it's always like, what can we get out of it? Or like
yeah.
this, that, and the other, or we haven't got budget, this, that, and the other. I'm like, but I'm sure if we could work together, we can make something work, you know?
Mm.
Um, and yeah, Amazfit have been really great for that.
Oh, that's
Oh,
good.
great.
We'll look out
I'll
for
have
that.
to give their watches more of a look then.
Yeah,
They
you
Yeah.
sound
should
like
definitely. And I think I've kind of worked with, I've had different watches in the past, and I was actually gonna I used to wear a different watch last year, but I made the opportunity to kind of try out Amazfit came up, and yeah, I'm really really happy with them.
oh, nice.
It's nice to
Um,
hear a good story about a brand sort of
yeah,
Completely. That's
being
what I mean. Yeah.
human and supportive.
Oh my God, the amount of no's that you get, like for anyone nowadays, it's just like it's relentless. It just like it just feels like always feels like a one step back, doesn't it? But no, they've been amazing. So
have you started to taper yet? Probably nearly there.
well, not yet.
How
Uh,
far are you running this week?
not. I think I'll probably do about 100 miles. Um, so not. It's not like it's manageable distances. Um, but I've got one more big week next week. And then I'm in the US, so taper should start.
What does a 100-mile week look like for you?
Um, kind of at the moment I'm doing one long run a week. So yesterday was 5 to 6 hours. So I think I did 58K. And I did 5 hours. Kind of if I'd done six, I'm like, I'm getting to like 70K here. I was like, that'd be a very chunky run. So I usually do one long run a week at the moment. A couple of doubles and then a little bit of speed work, but not that much speed work to be honest at the moment when mileage is higher. Um, I think, yeah. So one chunky run and then, yeah.
Wow.
How do you plot a 5 hour route?
Well, yesterday I was by myself, so I kind of wanted to stay fairly local to home. So I did two kind of like semi. I went running past my old school actually, which was quite nice. I kind of make sure I run past kind of like points that I'm going to look forward to doing. But I had 10K to go on the last yesterday, and I was like, I really don't want to run past home because if I run past home, it's like that
That's
like
hard.
there's nothing. So I did the reverse, kind of a reverse loop, which meant the whole of the last bit was uphill, rather than downhill. But I
I was gonna
think,
say, if you're in York, you're just lapping York a few times, really, aren't you?
yeah,
It's a
I
bit.
think I think I've done so much training at home now that I like know, you know your routes, don't you? You know you're like 20 mile, you know your whatever
Yeah,
miles. Um, yeah, but it's a lot of well, like semi loops, but it was a beautiful day yesterday, so it was fine.
that's true. We have finally got good weather.
I know.
But excuse me, it's snowing
Now,
again here.
yeah,
Snowing.
it's so grey. It's so grey today.
Yeah, yeah. The tops are white again.
Are they? Where are you based?
Cumbria.
Uh, um,
Cumbria.
yeah,
And
you're from me. I'm in the Peak District.
I see
Mm.
you're both, yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
fairly north. Yeah, it is cloudy actually, but it was nice the other day.
Oh, we had, yeah. I really thought spring had arrived.
I know, I
Um,
know.
but yeah, the big coat has to come out again for the dog walk.
Oh,
But anyway, I think we've taken up enough of your
Yes.
time. Emma. Thanks so much for joining us. That was really lovely. I enjoyed all of the topics that we covered today, and
Yeah.
massive, super good luck
Yes.
for the speed project.
Yeah.
thanks.
Best of luck, and at Centurion, I think that's going to be a
Yeah.
cracking race as well.
Yeah. I'm with the coaching.
Thank you.